Common PUBG player here. If you're new to the game, or you want to learn how to beat players that are better than you are, you're going to need to learn some urban warfare tactics. As you notice, I don't have any boots on. First tactic I want to talk about is stealth. Being quiet, staying silent, not alerting your enemy to your position. Gonna have to run sometimes, but running with boots on makes more noise than with boots off. When I go into a building, I shut the door so that the enemy doesn't know that I've been there. If I have an enemy come in on me, he's gonna think that no one's in the building. I'm also gonna hear that door open. That's gonna alert me to someone coming into the building. In the beginning, I'm going to pick up everything that I possibly can because I don't know what weapon I'm going to come across. I'm also going to shut that door. Get a weapon, get it cocked, get it loaded as soon as you can. That's the first weapon I was able to come across. I'm just going to sit here for a second, see if I hear anyone. Now, I'm not going to break glass. Breaking glass lets the other players know that you're not a bot, and it lets them know where you're at. If you don't have any other weapon in your slot, you could pick this up. It's pretty much an instant kill. I'll carry it around until I find something else. This is my sniper. I'm going to put my sniper in the second slot and my automatic weapon, my assault rifle, in the first slot. And for the sake of simplicity in these first few videos, I'm going to refer to them by sniper and automatic weapon. I went ahead and put that optic on my automatic weapon, but I normally play with normal sights. I'm going to walk slowly crouched, and I'm going to stay crouched while I'm in buildings. It gives me a little bit more of an advantage if I have to fire at an enemy. Firing prone is the most stable way to fire any weapon. Firing crouched is the second most stable way. I'm going to wait a second when I open that door before I go outside. I'm going to pick up this third level backpack, but you have to know that when you're prone, that third level backpack sticks out. Let's see if I can see this drop. I hear someone. Here he is. I'm going to go ahead and use this sight on my automatic weapon. If you can keep your game simple, sometimes I have my automatic weapon in my hand, and if I've got a scope with crosshairs, I get confused. So to keep that distinction very clear, I will hold a semi-automatic sniper with the scope and just an automatic weapon with regular sights, red dot or holographic. There's my vehicle. Depending on how much stealth you want to maintain, you can move a little bit more slowly. I'm moving a little bit faster in this game because I'm going to try to get to the end and I'm going to try to win. You can play for kills or you can play to win. Your kills, your kill count, your kill to death ratio wipes at the end of every season and you go back to 0. But I'm going for a 100 win chicken dinner medal. So I want to win the game. This is all about skill sets. Not running through the open door without waiting a few seconds is one skill. Everything about doors and buildings is a skill set. You need to practice these skill sets so that they become second nature to you. This is urban warfare. Urban warfare usually refers to people who have been invaded by a superior trained army. So you can think of it this way. Try to imagine that tonight an army invades your country and their soldiers are trained, the firepower is superior, they all have better weapons. You are going to use urban warfare tactics in order to be able to beat them. So I just consider that all the enemies that I come across are superior to me. And in most cases, I usually get beat by people who are better than me. However, I've been able to compete, beating them on occasion because I'm outwitting them. They probably have a much better computer. They probably have been playing more hours than I have, and they might even have a better IQ than I do. I see this a lot. I play teams. I love to play teams. But I see it a lot that people are emulating streamers. Streamers play all day long. They've played thousands of hours. They probably have a liquid-cooled CPU, and they probably have 140 or above IQ. And see, we're trying to play like them. Well, first of all, they play very differently than we do. And so we're trying to beat superior players playing like they play. And we're going to have to outmaneuver them. We're going to have to outwit them because we're not going to beat them in a gunfight. I've played with bolt-action snipers for a long time, and I've gotten headshots with bolt-action snipers, but I'm not going to beat a superior player in the end-game circle with a bolt-action sniper. It's just not going to happen. You got to learn to know what fights you can win and what fights you can't. This is a very strategic position. Just gonna stay here for a few seconds and see if I hear anyone else, because I'm gonna run for that vehicle. So tactical urban warfare is about building skill sets. You're gonna build skill sets with your guns, with your stealth, with your surprise tactics, with your camouflage. There's so many things you can learn in PUBG, and that's really what makes it a lot of fun. It's a great learning curve, but it is the most realistic first-person shooter that's going to give you some real life training in case your country's invaded. You know, I like to look at it that way. I'm not just playing a video game, I'm not just having fun. I'm learning urban warfare tactics that might help me out someday. You never know. I like to have about 4 med kits, 10 bandages, probably 4 painkillers, and 5 or 6 energy drinks in my loadout. And I'm going to play with a semi-automatic sniper because I need to take several shots at my enemies with a scope. In the beginning, you're going to have a lot more confidence if you use this kind of tactics because you're going to win more games and you're going to get more kills. If you go blazing in, all guns firing, crashing cars into little complexes, honking your horns like the pros do, you're going to lose. And PUBG has a pretty hard learning curve. It's pretty difficult. I need a lot of healing for my end game. I'm expecting to have a fight. I'm expecting to get hit by 3 or 4 superior enemies. I like to have about 240 rounds. Enough for my sniper, enough for my automatic weapon, my assault rifle. There are some better weapons out there. These are the ones that I feel better shooting. I can actually hit more shots with the SCAR than with some of the other weapons. Taking a little bit of a risk there, stepping out, but I'm going for this vehicle. Getting in a vehicle alerts everybody to your presence, so you're going to have to zigzag on these roads a little bit so you're not going to get headshot on the way out of town. And I hit the tire and I flipped it. Learning your maps is a skill set. Knowing where the vehicles spawn is a skill set. They're not always there, but in some maps, they're there a lot of times. Having knowledge about where your vehicles spawn gives you a great tactical advantage over your enemy. I'm going to stay right on the edge of this circle here. I'm going to use that car as cover. I'm going to get crouched. I'm going to move around. WASD moves you in kind of a little circle. Sometimes I put the car between a rock and I get between the car and a rock. My car is just a little bit outside the circle, but I might go ahead and run in. Kind of making sure that no one knows that I'm up on this hill. Going for the crate is a huge risk. Most of the superior players in the game go for the crates. You're almost guaranteed a 3rd level helmet and a 3rd level vest, and maybe a pretty good weapon. The only time I'll pick up a sniper that's bolt action is the AWM that's in a crate. I'm going to cut my engine with the Z key. You can brake with the space bar. I might see if I can get to one of these crates. I'm probably not going to make it to that crate. The circle's not very far away, so I don't want to use this vehicle to get too close to the circle. 14 people are left in the game. And let's see if I can go for this. Brake. Get out. Use the box as cover. Get your helmet. Get your vest. This weapon does a lot of damage. It's a high power weapon. It's very popular. I'm gonna pass on it. Just gonna wait here for a second. See if I can catch people coming out of that little town. Be careful that you don't assume that people are bots. Sometimes they will bait you with shots to make you think that they're a bot, and they're not. Every enemy in the game, I'm assuming, is a superior player to me. Even if I think it's a bot, I'm going to treat it like a superior enemy. Here's my enemy. Taking a shot, single shot. I shot him 3 times before he could reload that bolt action sniper. I'm going to use all the cover, all the little hills, gullies, and valleys, or the tree cover to cover the line of sight so that I can get into this final circle. There's 7 other people alive, and I've got to kill them all, or let them kill themselves. If you want the win, if you're going for the win, and not the kill count, let them take care of each other. Let those teams fight it out between each other. Let the solo players fight it out between each other. If you can get down to the final circle with 2 or 3 people, your chances of winning are drastically increased. Make sure there's nobody behind me. Here comes somebody in a buggy. I think he stopped to take a look at where that crate is going to drop. Okay, there's 5 other players in the game. Looks like he's going to get out. See if he gets out and gets into that little wooden shack. You can actually destroy those wooden shacks. Got people behind me, people to my left, probably people at the crate. There's 3 other players in the game. I win about 4% of my games, which is not a lot. But if you can get a gold medal or a silver and gold medal, those stay with you for the longevity of your PUBG play. And you get to wear those proudly. And you worked hard for those. But you're going to have to learn these skill sets. You're going to have to learn them to the point that they are second nature to you. It's just muscle memory. So in the beginning, as you're learning these, keep it simple. The more things you have to keep in your mind, the more things that are going to distract you in a firefight in the end. Pretty much, even for those of us who can get to the end and play the game calmly, we're going to still get confused if we have too much going on. I don't play with a lot of stuff, a lot of keybinds. Maybe one day when my skill sets are more solid, I'll be able to keep all of that stuff in my head. There's our man with the buggy. And he's pulling right in front of the little house, and he's very nicely parking his car so that he can get into that little shack. I'm gonna have to get down here, take some cover. Sometimes I wait to heal up. Now, that's a very delicate decision. I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to lose a kill this close for healing up. There's the crate. Don't want someone running up behind me while I'm healing. If you're healing and you've got to fight, you hit the F key and you fight. I think I've got a player here in these buildings to the left. Here comes someone. There's a guy up on the hill. I probably should have healed up a little bit earlier. I just didn't want to miss anything. If you're healing, you're hearing the noise and you're not hearing where your enemies are. I just made a decision. I'm going to cook this grenade because I know he's in there. Click your R key, cook it, throw it. Well, he must have got out. Either that or it broke through 2 windows. I throw this grenade, this blue zone grenade. He's coming at me here. Oops, I fell out of the zone. It's only him and me. Might have time to get my healing back up. There he is. So thanks for watching, Common PUBG Player. Come back and we'll explore some more urban warfare tactics.